So the first thing, thank you for agreeing to speak to us about the incredible sculptures that you put together for this trash project and Earth Day celebration. And what can you tell us about how you created these sculptural dogs?
Well, this is what I first started off with. So it's the framings. I cut the cans into little strips and I fold them to kind of give them a little bit more of the strength.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically kind of use my eyes and estimate what the shapes are going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And I just start with one. And it's usually around the neck area.
Okay.
That's the first piece I start with. And from there I work on down to the ribs, and then down to the entire torso, and then the limbs, and then the head. And this is I guess it's the finished version. It's covered with cans that I cut into squares and rectangles and kind of bent them against the table like this to kind of give them that
a little bit more form to them, or shape, or softness.
Yeah, so they don't kind of fall apart because the cans have that specific shape they want to stay in.
Oh, okay.
So I have to break that
okay.
membrane like
Okay.
this.
So they curve in one direction and you need them to curve in the other direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just bend them on the table.
Okay. Great. Now you mentioned that you have a love for dogs. So this is a reoccurring theme. It's because of your passion for dogs that you chose to do it, a sculptural dog, was it?
Yes. I always wanted to do something with dogs. Like, I think I tried to make it with clay once, and and I thought it would be interesting to make it with pop cans or just lying around in the recycling bins or out in the streets.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be my next question. How was it that you arrived at the aluminum can for your sculptural material?
From the past usage, they're durable and they're flexible. I guess if you bend them to a certain point, they will break, but I'll just keep away from that limit.
Okay.
And get familiar with it so I don't do that next time.
How many cans do you think you used in this?
I kept a track of it, and it's 136.
Wow, that's amazing. So they're quite durable.
Yeah, I guess as long as I have like a lot of rain forces onto it, it's durable.
Great. Now, considering that this was created with Earth Day in mind and looking at, our sort of roles and responsibilities around stewardship for the earth, has this project changed any of your habits or your thinking, or?
Yes, definitely. Like, this built on from my previous project. So after my eagle, as you know, I've been collecting the cans that I drank. And because I can't just throw them away, because I'm like, I used to work with these cans, and it just became a habit. And now, actually, when I use the cans to make these pieces, only 70% gets used, so 30% are the tops and the bottoms, and they usually get thrown away. And I started collecting those too now, the little pieces, because I know at one point I'm going to use them, and if they're not there, I'm going to regret that I threw them away.
Yeah. So it's really made you think twice about usable materials for your art and your creative endeavors.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to make a third one that has the frame structures, but it's going to also partly be covered.
Okay. So somewhere in between these two.
Yeah, and it's going to sit in the middle, so it'll be like it'll kind of give that gradual effect.
Yeah, progression.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know when I saw the framework ones, I think it's amazing because you definitely get a sense of the form through that structure, but it is very much like a framework, like a shell, but it has a totally cool feel, and I'm glad we get to see that.
Yeah, so I just want to show that process, how it, started and how it finishes.
That's great. And are you going to videotape your process this time?
I think so. This one I did take a picture of it, as it started with one little frame.
Yeah.
And then it just works its way up.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks very much for sharing with us tonight.
Well, thank you for the interview.